Hey YouTube, so today we are tackling the big question. How do you stop using food in training? How do you get that food out your hands? How do you stop your dog x-raying your hands to see what is in there?
And it's such a common question, especially when you own a really foodie little dog like Blink, a dog who maybe looks like almost at the point that they probably can't eat anymore. Maybe you fed too much in that session, or even the fact that maybe you want to do some sort of heel work to music or agility, somewhere where you can't have food on you, somewhere you can't take food with you. Maybe it's just that actually you want to get out of the sort of habit of having food on your person in your presence, and that you feel like you're maybe bartering with your dog a bit too much with the food. We have got tips for you.
So first tip that we've got for you is actually, if you want to move to a world where you don't need food in your hands, get the food out of your hands, right? Because it becomes a little bit of a crutch for us as well, where we feel uncomfortable. We feel naked unless we've got food in our hands.
You've seen it, haven't you? When I'm sure you've done it. I've definitely done it with my family, where I say to them, "Oh, watch this trick. This is really cool." And then I go, "Oh, I just need to get some food."
Grab the food.
So instead of actually having the trick perfectly on cue and actually having the trick being rewarding in itself, actually I'm still relying on having to use food to get that behaviour to happen, rather than actually having that behaviour on cue and being able to, in an exciting way, deliver other rewards. So let's talk other rewards, Tom, because I think other rewards would be really cool to think on. Now, first off, I might just drag your bed a little bit this way, Blink. You get that one. Get it, get it, get it, get it. So I'm going to bring this here. She says I'm going that way, so it's fine. We've got time. Blink, Blink, you here. So what I might think of is actually toys being really, really rewarding. So toys are a really nice way, calorie-free, maybe even get yourself in a deficit, because, and a dog like Blink, I do have to think about this with. She's a little dog. She's very small. She says, I'm not giving you that toy back. She definitely doesn't need to have extra calories. So once her food is gone, then actually toys can be a really nice option, because you keep that sort of energy going and you still have a cool reward. I was going to get it, get it, get it. And for her, Blinky, this way, I know you're bed hopping. Literally, for her, I think toys are a really nice option. Apologies if that got your dog excited. Hello to all of your dogs at home. It's nice to meet you. And so for me, yes, I got it already. Blink, Blink. I could use it in my hands. I could use it thrown. I could use it rolled. I could use it stationary. I could also use it, actually, I'm not taking that thing back. Ready. Blink, down. Nice. Can you get to bed? Good. Ready, go. Down, sit. Nice, get it. So you can use it within there as a bit of a delayed reinforcer, and she still only gets that one chance to get the toy. You're bad. And so you can see, even a dog like Blink, who is an older dog now, you can see how exciting she finds having a toy around. And I think that's a really nice way to consider having a food-free relationship with your dog.
100%. Now, next tip is, if the food isn't in your hands, where could it be? And actually, first things first, even just that transition to not having food in your hands and it being in your pocket might be where your dog's at right now. You work on working with them, you know, cueing them to do different things, making it really clear there's no food in my hand, and then going into your pocket and delivering that bit of food. Equally, you might decide to have a station, a reward station, and that could have, the reward station could have a toy, or it could have food. It literally could be a food bowl with food in it, or a toy right there. You're working with your dog here, and as a reward, we go to the reward station, we deliver one reward, and then maybe we go back to working with our dogs away from that station. And then what you can do is, maybe your reward stations are actually in surprise locations, so your dog always assumes there is a reward station nearby. I think the key is that, of course, our dogs are going to be looking what's in our hands when there's always something in our hands, and that always is the predictor of reward. As soon as you make it a surprise, your dog's always working with you.
I think ultimately multi-stations, and keep them guessing. Keep them guessing, because then they don't know what's coming, but they also know that you are going to impromptu reward them, and so therefore it's worth doing. Very similarly to this, and I would be, for example, out and about with my dogs. I might have toy stations out and about, so I might be in the park or the fields, or we have, where Tom and I live, there's lots of moorland, and actually I might have set up a couple of stations where there could be like a frisbee or a tennis ball or a couple of different toys where actually I can do something, and then we can run and go and find the toy together. And actually the process of finding the toy for dogs that are get it, very toy driven, it can make it quite exciting. Now you're coming back to this bed, you're coming back to this bed. It can make it quite exciting for your dog to have the opportunity of being able to play those games. Okay, another one that we're going to talk about is using the behaviours as a reward. So actually being able to use the behaviour. So for Blink, for example, it might be Blink, Blink, down, Get it to your bed. Good girl. That was super, really nice. Ready, down, bed. Good girl. And you can see that actually, get it, the bed's really cool. And at the same time, I might then, as a bit of the station, give the ball at the end of that. You can see the down is rewarding. You can see the bed is rewarding. You can see the toy is rewarding. So it becomes a really cool chain of behaviours that are all rewarding. And so effectively, the new behaviour rewards the last behaviour. So getting off the bed was a reward, going into a down was a reward, and then hopping back on the bed was a reward, and then a delayed reinforcer of actually the ball. You've got a whole series of rewards. Like, it's all one bundle of fun.
Now, final tip is don't underestimate how actually we can be rewarding to our dogs without an object to use, right? So that might be, for example, ask your dog to do something and when they do it, dash away and they get the opportunity to chase you. Maybe your dog really likes to chase your hands, right? Maybe your dog finds clapping really reinforcing. Maybe your dog loves it when you laugh because the mood lightens and that normally predicts funny and exciting things, right? You can see it's blown her mind.
It's definitely blown her mind to a level of craziness. I would say for her, the ball's gone for a minute, and for her, that one of being able to effectively, I started it when I was picking grass. I sat in a field one day, as you do, and I was just picking grass and sat with her. And I was picking grass and throwing it in the air, and she started catching it. And it's one of her favourite things to do. But it's transferred to the point now that, like, if you're doing this, she absolutely wants your hands, to the point that I think she gets really quite excited about it. And you can see the sheer joy, you can get that one. You can see the sheer joy on her face for playing these games. She loves it. And at the end of the day, she's not having food, she's loving her life, she's active, she's moving, it's super fun. She's an older dog, you're keeping her in a really cool learning space, and I suppose ultimately really creativity is your only limiting factor. Creativity to think, I could do this, I could do that. Like, I can play with nothing at all here. It's me that's interactive. It's not the toy, it's not the food. It could be, I don't know, the other one that a friend of mine does, her dog chases like sand or gravel or anything like that. If she moves, like playing with feet, like it doesn't matter what it is as long as it's appropriate to you and your dog. It's only your rules that count. So it's whatever is appropriate to you and your dog and whatever works. So really, we want you to share this video with friends, family, people who are struggling with their dog training because they don't want to carry food on their person, and there's so many different options. We know this makes a difference, and it's a whole league up on relationship with training your dog.
That was this episode of Absolute Dogs TV, guys. If you've got ideas on actually what you'd love us to cover in the future, just like we did for this episode, we're inspired by you, then pop that in the comments and we will see you next time.